How's your spirit? Mine, groovy. Wondering what's going on with y'all on this wonderful Sunday. Checking in to see how things are. Got some stuff to talk about. A few months back, I talked about dirty bathwater women, and now we got a whole nother issue going. Give me a 5 in the chat if everything is going well, you guys. Hear, see, okay. I'm trying this new microphone and speaker, but we'll see how it goes. Trying to adjust for the sound issues that we had last time, right? So, you guys know the deal. How's your spirit? Mine, a little bit exhausted. Getting back out here in these YouTube streams has been a bit of a thing, right? So, there's something to talk about. Anyway, while we do that, let's see what else is going on. I've been, looking around these YouTube streams. You guys, you know what? Let's do this. This is something that I want to try. I've not done this before, because I didn't try it on whatchamacallit.
How's your spirit? Mine, groovy. This time we're streaming from Restream, y'all, trying out something different and new. So I actually haven't uploaded any of the normal videos or any of those things. This is really just, me trying this out and doing some other things along the way. Thank you guys so much for checking in. Please make sure that you do the things that are required, because I don't have any of that stuff.
You can't watch the whole thing. I don't know the requirements. So I'm looking for something specific.
I'm gonna put me up on the big thingy. I got a new ball because
these gentlemen knew as keep going, you
It's
guys.
on my side. Yeah,
You
it's on my
guys, look
side.
at that. Do you see it? That's my baby.
Look at you.
You get that handsome
You look like your dad.
Do you see that handsome voice? That's my baby.
You got his nose
So
and eyes,
yeah,
especially
my
with that thing
spirit
tied
is
onto your
still overjoyed, excited, whatever from this experience right here.
Why is your mustache so thick?
Which is
Isn't it a
what
little thick for
inspired
what you be doing?
this
You said,
current
how's my
series
mustache so
titling
thick?
of Dear Fella.
Yeah, it's
Right.
thick for.
It's not just that I want to say things to the other fellas. Hey, Von Brian, I'm so glad that you did have a ball. I appreciate that. I really, I try to make, oh goodness, stuttering my life away, honey. I try to make sure that people, come in, no matter how you're feeling. You lift your spirits in the beginning. We have a conversation. Sometimes it gets a little bit hairy. Sometimes it gets, into the spaces where we just need to comfort one another. And then sometimes I get surprised. And in the video that I was just showing, just trying to get myself acclimated still to this stream, or restream as it were, I got a surprise. And that's my younger fella down there. Hey, Summer Mince Pies, how's your spirit? I was just showing the video from Thursday, where my younger fella came and had a conversation with me, and so it inspired me to start to label this series "Dear Fella." Now, I don't know how long it'll go on and whether or not it'll be the streams that I do every day, but I will be doing something live somewhere every day. Just trying to bring some positivity anywhere that I can. So, Mince Pies, you are new. Vaughn, this is your second time back. So how it works is I ask you how your spirit is. And that's just me really checking in to see how your inside is. Like, how's your heart? How's things going on in the world, or in your cipher, or whatever you'd like to call it. And then after that, you provide me a theme song. And we go through theme songs. You can come up, and I'll usually drop the link, and then we'll talk about what I want to talk about. You can stay on the panel, you can go back down, and then we continue the conversation from there. And then we try to leave once again with a little bit more joy and spirit in your heart, because right now it's just a bunch of ookie. And even the people who are trying to do good are having a hard time keeping out the ookie. So they need a soft place to land, and the people who are coughing up the ookie, they need a soft place to rest while they get their act right. I can do that at night or certain times anyway. Every now and then we're going to be up in here, having to handle some business. But that's not right now. And so we're just going to have a lovely little conversation about dirty bathwater women and the downgrade now to straight out shitting in the tub. Yeah. They just, they've gone from duck mouths to trout mouths. And I don't know what you do after trout except for wide mouth bass, and she gonna lie. So we're gonna talk about it. Summer mince pie says they're good. Having a nice chill day. Oh my goodness, yeah. Taking care of yourself is important. I add self care into my everyday routine, not just a medicated moment, which we're going to get into in a second, but also I try to make sure that I take at least a bath once a day. I bathe regularly, but a bath once a day where I soak my body in Epsom salt water and I use a little bit of oil in there. And then I make a sugar scrub that I try to use a couple of times a week. And just little things to take care of my skin because y'all, it's the biggest organ on your body, right? And if you don't take care of your skin, who else will? Y'all need to chill out with all that stuff. You're suffocating your skin. If you're running around here in those tight ass damn clothes and a weave on your head and whatever else it is, you are suffocating your skin, your spirit, your joy, your whatever. Anyway, sorry, I'm just ranting to be ranting. So, all right, you guys, let me get my act right over here, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the video again while I get myself together. So let me pull this back up here. Ta-da! And play that right there.
For your job title.
Ding, ding, ding. And then do that.
I'm a grown man. That's how? What do you mean?
No, he not. He never gonna
You're
be grown to
grown
me.
government man. Chill out, bro.
When he was a little dude, I used to tell him I was
Still
gonna
a
feed him
grown
nothing
man.
but
Hey,
coffee
listen.
and chocolate. So he couldn't
Okay,
grow.
first of all,
I know
think
that's
about your theme
inappropriate,
song.
but
How much do you weigh now?
165, 168, 170 maybe.
And you left here, what, like 130 something?
I left, I was like 132. Yeah. I've been getting big and strong.
Oh, you want to see? Look, mom too.
Woo!
Wow. Check that out. Yeah,
if you
bro,
would use that black,
have a-
you damn sure right,
anyway.
Von Bryant. You will mess it up
Huh?
in the game,
What?
buddy.
What?
It took 46 years, but my butt grew.
Yes, this is how I talk
What?
to
Like
my
half a
son.
centimeter? That don't really count.
Hey, you don't want nobody up here to verify that, so just chill out, okay?
I don't want to verify it myself.
There are Instagram videos. You ain't got to worry about it.
There's
How's
no
your
pleasure in looking
spirit,
at
love?
skeleton, mama.
You've got facial hair everywhere. What the hell is going on? What kind of... What?
I'm out of rags, mom. I'm not allowed to have this. They just
Is
don't
there
say
still
nothing.
an echo, you guys? I tried everything for there not to be.
I break
Listen here,
rules.
Try one
Junior
more
High
thing.
Speed.
I'm a rebel.
Is there an
Well,
echo
you got it
now?
honestly, homie. That's for sure.
Hey, 420,
Listen,
partly cloudy. How'd you
I
know
don't
I
know
was
how
getting
often
ready to
you
pack
listen
me a bowl? Right
to
there.
Mom.
We're gonna talk about it.
You want to share, since you're here, what it was like being raised by a weirdo?
Yeah, just give me
Okay,
1
is there still an echo now,
second.
guys? Give me a 5 if there's an echo.
I want to adjust something to see if it'll work or not.
Also, there was a bit of a sound issue
Plus,
on his part that
you're
we
doing
fixed
that
later
old
on. I'm
man
gonna
thing.
get down there in just a
Bring the
second.
camera down a little bit so we're not looking in
She
your,
said it's
Huh?
epic
your
though.
nose. There you go. Dang, not that low. I don't need them broads all up in the thing just so they can see you.
Look at him.
You like
Put
what
your
you see,
shirt on,
mama?
boy.
No, I
Man,
don't.
listen, I couldn't help but be a mother.
No,
I
what
don't.
was the
Right?
question?
So yeah, you guys,
Do
it's
you want to?
something
What was it like?
in.
You,
What
you
was it
get to
like for
hold me
what?
accountable. You can say whatever you want to be raised by me.
I have
I'm
to
gonna let
put
this
you
go
to
for
my
a
ear
little
like I'm
when I
longer.
get
actually on the
wrong.
phone.
Oh wow.
I know, it's strange.
It's the Bluetooth. You're probably trying to. Are you connecting with a wire or a true wireless?
No, it's not that. My phone is registering this as a call.
Aha.
He gets that thick tongue from his mom, I guess. I don't know. Pause.
Look at that face. I love that face. Hey, dude, wait. You know
You
I
see,
still
guys, I couldn't help but be a mother. I'm supposed to, let him be the grown, almost 20, that's something that he is.
Say something?
Look at it.
look.
Look, that's him.
That's the before, and down there is the after, y'all. Isn't that damn amazing?
Oh, okay.
Look at you. Do you remember that, dude?
Okay. I need to get my act right, y'all. I'm supposed to be
Is that
having
I
a
don't
what y'all
remember that.
conversation with
I don't know
y'all,
what you're talking about.
doing other stuff, and I'm just over here
I
watching,
remember that
rewatching.
dude.
I guess like watching an out of body experience having been with him. So
Hey,
anyway, you
broads, I
guys,
will come for
who's got a
y'all.
theme
Don't play.
song
Okay,
for me?
so
How's your
anyway, the
spirit?
question was, um, Daniel says, "What's up, Nate?"
That right there, you guys. Let me just, outside of the moment where we realize that that Nathaniel is actually in my chat. 'Cause my fellas don't get on my streams and whatnot because they don't want to hear me tell stories about their life, and my perspective on it is different from theirs and whatever. But that image right there, that is, and having Daniel's comment there, like that's all of my heart and joy, right? My son and the man that I love, and me, just kind of having a personal conversation. Maybe in front of the world or whatever, but that's who I am. So no reason to pretend that it's not. But it was really a great thing. That was that night. That was Thursday. And then Friday, Von Bryant would come on and do a little singing, and Patrice would come on and do some singing. And then, and some dancing, y'all. That was Friday. And then I got the audio track for a song that I lead into, and that was so exciting. And so I am just enjoying the ride. And in doing that, sometimes I overdo it, and I have not been resting the way that I should. But I'm getting better about that, and I'm learning new things. Restream is awesome in that way, and so it's an experience. Now, here's the thing that I'm having a problem with. When I attempt to do the theme songs and share that screen, it acts up. So I'm going to try one more thing, and then we're going to try to get some theme songs. So while I do that, though, you guys, put your theme songs in the chat for me, please. Pleasey, 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 pleasey. Oh, wait, I know what I meant to do. I'm a Dorcas. All right, you guys, tell me if this works. Give me a 5 if you can hear in the chat. Because I think I'm doing it wrong, not the other way around, right? Hey, Quantum, how's your favorite MJ song? Butterflies. Okay, so when you do you like the Michael Jackson version better or the Marsha Ambrosius version better? And then I think that this is the way we're gonna do the theme songs, because then that way I can just play the music. I can tell you what it is. So if you guys can hear me okay with the music playing, we'll go that route. Let me know in the chat. Know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo 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 boo. Yeah, roses. Speaking of roses, this rose isn't actually gonna smell like boo boo, but it does have a different kind of scent to it sometimes. So let's go ahead and talk about it. It's called a medicated moment. So also, it's a good chance to have just a simple discussion about your bong water. Okay, today I'm gonna show y'all my little messy mess, but I'll show you some other stuff. Okay, so here, let's just do this. Hey there, Sim Simma. How's your spirit? Blonde says Inyo Sunday's gonna be your theme song. Mimsy, aw. You know what, 420, I slept, I'll be honest. I wasn't in anybody's stream. I did like a brief chat pop up with Brother Clarence, and that was about it. But yeah, for me, it was pretty much just, whoops, wrong one. For me, it was pretty much just chill out, hang out at home. Anyway, let me make sure I put a pause on this so that they don't circle back and get me into a question, into something. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's see. Oh, it's over there. I'm hearing noise. Anyway, you guys, I'm sorry. Vocally Martha A version, but for the old school vibes, MJ all day. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, I don't know why I'm reading it right there when I can read it right there, y'all. It's a process. Okay, So, first theme song. Oh, no, I told you I was going to do a medicated moment. Okay, so let's talk about this just for a brief moment what the actual conversation is going to be about today. Okay, let me pull the caption down because we're going to need to do some new captions here in a little bit. I see your theme songs and I'm going to mark them so that I don't forget them. I got you, Vaughn, Quantum. I got you. Okay, so as I said, in some time back, I started. You guys, first of all, shout out to OG Patrice for reminding me that I've actually been in the YouTube streaming community for about a year, but I have only been live streaming myself since like July ish. And so yeah, one of those things. Anyway, it's great to have diehards or loyals or whatever you call them who are around for a while to get you to help make sure you get your act right, to keep you accountable, so to speak. So anyway, with that there, now what I want to talk to you about is keeping your see. This is what happens when you let other people use your items, right? Keeping your water clean. Because hold on just 1 second, let me go grab this bong, guys. Feel free to hit the link and come up while we have this conversation. All right, so now this is the bong that saved my life, right? You see this? All of this stuff right here. This is all of the resin, the oil, the stuff from tar, from smoking when you use a bong, right? Now, when you smoke in a like a J, right? That's different, but that all goes into you. This collects some of the things, not so much really icky things, but just stuff, right? You really want to keep this clean though, because it changes the taste. If you ever smell bong water, it smells like dirty, like starchy potato water. Okay, and if you believe that if that's what it smells like, then that's going to be what your smoke tastes like, instead of what your cannabis actually smells like and is meant to be like. So, this is the bowl from that bong, right? It actually goes on this one. Do you see how filthy this is? Okay. This is how some of you people are showing up in the world. Okay, like you went from being just semi-dirty bong water, like a little bit dirty, like this right here, right, to exceptionally dirty, to just full-on shit. Okay, y'all just shitting in the water at this point. Shout out to Little Sisters. I'll tell that story later. But anyway, it looks like duty. Okay, if you see the bottom, you can just see the poopy crumbs in there. So it's time for you all to start considering what it is that you are consuming or allowing yourself to take in. Now I want to show you the other one. Now this is only having had this thing for 2 days. For 2 days. 2 days I've had, hey Simon, how's your spirit? 2 days I've had this. Okay. Well, a little bit longer than that, to be honest. Thursday I got it. And I've been using it since Thursday. And so it's already ready for a cleaning. Now I'm going to clean it tonight, and I might clean it in the stream, depending on what you guys have doing. But when done, it should look like this all the time, right? No matter what's going on, no matter who it is, no matter the circumstance, you should be able to get back to this point. Now, sometimes it's going to get a little filthy, right? Sometimes you might get a little dirty, or there's a crisis, and you can't get around to doing the deep cleaning. But you at least got to check in. This one, it's filthy on the inside. I need to use it because it's got a bigger bowl than this one does. Okay, shout out to the stoners. This one's about a 0.25er. This one's about half a gram. Okay, I need to do a half a gram for this stream. So if I can't clean it right now because I was busy napping, at least I can maintain it. Right? I can maintain it. So one of the things that I can do is take out the screen. I use a screen because screens help to keep you from having your green and your ash end up in your water, and it allows your bong water to last a little bit longer. So now I don't know if you can see, I've taken that out, and now you can see there's a little bitty hole in there, right? You see that? Little teeny tiny hole, okay? So I took the screen out. Look at how freaking filthy the screen is. This is the mouths on some of you people. Your brain mouth filter is jacked up. It is covered in resin and tar and soot and ickiness. Worse than your lungs, honey, okay? Some of you are unpretty all the way through. Looks like this. I can't even, oh, just barely can I see through the screen, which means I'm not going to get a good smoke. And if you're going to spend 10 to 15 to $20 a gram, well, damn it, you had better get the best quality smoke for your money. And if we're talking about someone interacting with a partner, business, someone that you're in a relationship with, they should be able to give you the same thing. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, seeing as how I'm not actually cleaning this out right now, I am removing some of the excess resin that's going to keep this puppy from lighting and letting air through the way that I want it to. Now, mind you, you guys, this bowl has not been cleaned since February 2nd. That's a long, long, long time. Okay. You should really, really, really be cleaning it every few days, at least once a week. The same way you should be checking in with your spirit and your spirit, the spirit of those around you, at least once a week. If you care about these people, you should be checking in with them at least once a week. So now you can see there, right? Air goes through. So now I can pack it. So we're ready to go on. Now, I don't want to overdo it with putting the cannabis in there, so I'm going to clean it. So I'm going to use just enough to get through this. And what we're going to do is some Citradelic Sunset. Like I said, it's 20% THC. Check this out. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Nice, beautiful, light green. Okay. Oh, very citrusy. Guys, it's like if you're someone who doesn't do cannabis, it's like being a wine connoisseur, understanding what the smells are for. Like a citrusy, I know it's going to open up my eyes and help me to be more chatty in this conversation. Now, if I overdo it, I'm going to be in trouble. So y'all saw that on Saturday night when I was just in here cutting the fool up in this piece. But I'm going to get my act right today. And we're going to do this differently. So the next thing is we're also going to do a bit of jungle cake because it's got some lovely dark green and purple in it. And again, what do I tell you all the time? Dark green, purple, anti-inflammatories. Some myrcene should be a little in there, right? Okay. So we're going to pack that in a bowl, and then we're going to do some lemon Stilton crumble on top. In the meantime, does anybody have a theme song for me? And I'm going to go ahead and play these two. I know y'all thought I was going to forget. Don't be trying me. Don't be thinking I don't know what it is that I'm doing. So we're going to go with Butterflies first. You give me. But we're going to go with Michael. Oh, it's because I got roses on there. Ignore me, people. Y'all love me. I'm going to pack my bowl. I mean, the nice thing is that he does have them in the song, but I think that Marsha does a better job than. I mean, I don't want to say better. I like Marsha's version better. All you have to do is walk away and pass me by. Hey, get it? First time I say hello, Mims. Hey! Hey, care use spiritual healing. Touch, chain, kiss. Said I wish that I get your joy up. You, my joy's got to be semi-quiet. Daniel's sleeping, but we're still here. Butterflies inside. You guys, we'll talk about some stuff that I've seen on my porch recently. You guys, it's apparently spring is here. Spring is here. The neighborhood The neighborhood crossdresser is out in a bra and some tights. So spring is here. I'm sorry, a bra and some tights and some Timbs, work boots. So spring is here, and that's something different in Tucson. Lots of we did not get enough sun because it comes up so fast. It's just something serious. Brother Vaughn, your second choice for you. So, okay, let me get your first one. Brother Vaughn said, I'm ready to dance and sing. I love it. Okay, let's go back to your first one, which was NEO Sunday by Shaka. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to pack my bowl. I can say I'm not sure that I've heard this one. Vaughn, you be hitting me with some songs I don't know, and I'm looking forward to that. So you have to come around more often. Now I'm gonna have to admit, come Monday, depending on how folks are behaving in the space, you might not want to be around me. Because if folks haven't gotten that right, I'm gonna tell everything that I know. You guys, I didn't put a screen in there. Oh no. Okay. So it'll still smoke well, right? But it just doesn't do it. So I'm gonna get the screen in there. Because also you kind of lose some flour if you don't put your thing in there. Hey. All right. Well, Vaughn, you at least got me wiggling in my seat. Oh. Okay. So the question is, when should you wash your hands of someone? And as you can see, I need to wash my hands of that other bowl. So the other bomb, so I bought a bell this time. It's great. But the bowl was too small. This bowl is still usable, as I said. So I'm just going to clean it. You just need some alcohol and some salt. Right? So here you go. I put a new screen in there. I like that one, Vaughn. We're going to have to. Okay. All right. All right. So I put a new screen in there. Now you can see there'll be some airflow. All right. Now you can breathe. Okay. Now we're going to be talking about sleeping with the enemy, and I want to kind of make sure that we cover a few things. Now, I'm not just talking about words. There are things that we do and say. I'm sorry. There are things that we do and ways in which we move that can make us feel like enemy to the ones who are closest to us, or maybe make us look like an enemy to people from the outside, not understanding how each person works in a world where, I guess, understanding itself is still something that people are. I don't. We've lost the point where we even bother to understand. I guess maybe that's it. I don't know. But excuse me, guys, just 1 second. I smell my ribs burning. Okay, sorry about that. Ta-da! I'm back. So for dinner tonight, I at least started making ribs. I made fried ribs and then barbecue ribs in the oven. It wasn't really the ribs burning; it's the sugar that was burning. And in that way, hey, you got to remember, you got to know that you're cooking something first and then smell it. Okay. One theme song. I don't play the whole song, and I'm getting ready to play the second one, Vaughn. But mm, 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 mm. If I play the whole song, I'm more likely to get a copyright block and have to dispute it. If I can keep it under 2 minutes, we seem to be in a sweet spot. So I try to keep it there. But you said, oh, bebop medley. Okay. Mm-mm. It's not on here. Not as that anyway. Not as bebop medley by Shaka. Yeah, it's okay, Vaughn. I'm gonna keep fighting. Every time that I get a copyright claim, I send a dispute. Just like you said, you had a great time and it lifted your spirit. Why wouldn't they want us to do that? So yeah, but okay. Let's play Unpretty. Hmm. Unpretty. Here we go. Mhm. Stem Stemma, you have to sign saying that you're telling the truth. And my dispute is on other grounds that is spiritual healing. And I send in the claim that states exactly what it is that I do. We have our own language, our own community. We meet consistently, even though I've been ill, so we haven't met lately. It's just like any other legal dispute. You know, you have to be truthful, and as long as you're truthful, even if you dispute it and your dispute is rejected, you're still fine. It's if they're caught lying. And so yeah, but the little copyright claim that you get, first of all, that copyright claim, it just stops the long enough for the person who owns the copyright to look at it. When you dispute your copyright claim, it's not YouTube that you're actually going up against. You're actually going up against the copyright holder, which is why you see some of these content creators out here who are saying, call me, or they're doing copyright disputes on people using their stuff because they don't like what's being said. Well, then that gets into the fair use, which is why I say care use, because at the end of the day, it's fair use. I am using it in a different way. We play the songs, we talk about how they make you feel, we sing, I dance sometimes. That's making multiple uses and turning it into something different. If I were to cut it up and put it on TikTok, it could be monetized for myself and for TikTok. Over here, just because I'm a smaller channel or whatever the hell it is, they feel as though that's the way it should go. But the way that I feel, especially being a content creator, is hey, I want the people in my community to enjoy this. I may not make as many pennies, but hey, you ain't doing them but giving me pennies anyway. And then the copyright claim is only for that little bitty section in your video. So unless you've got, 20 hours of music that's not yours, you know, how long is that going how much is that going to cost you, right, in order to be able to bring joy to people? So that's how I look at it. Anyway, if anyone were to ask or were curious. um but so yeah, okay, so I packed a bowl. I put some lemon stilton concentrate on there. Lemon stilton is a hybrid, make you happy. It's 69% THC, so you don't need a whole lot. And I am going to take a smoke break, so I'm going to play something to smoke to. Anybody got something they think I should smoke to? Nobody, anybody, nobody, everybody, somebody, anybody, everybody scream! Ah! Boom, 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 do do. What's that song? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Peace, Von Brian. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate it. Feel free to come back anytime. Like do 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 do. What is the name of that song, y'all? The Soul. Ah, there you go. Planet Rock. I don't know why I didn't know right away. Y'all forgive me. Here we go. Hey. Oh. What? Socialize. Where'd my lighter go? You guys, you see I ain't went nowhere? Oh, I did go to the coffee maker, didn't I? Let's see. Hold on. See what you want, but I must have left it thingy. I'll be back. Hey, what? I lost my lighter. Found it. Hey. What up, Big Rig? You ready to smoke? Get my act right, y'all. Do what you want. Cheers. Pie face. Them fruity strains will do it for you, man. Let's go to the next song and give myself some time to breathe. Have mercy. Pray for my lungs and my diaphragm, y'all. Lord have mercy. Aren't you funny? I love me some meat though. I ain't never heard of nobody green it out to death. But Daniel said that's the way he want to go. All right, Big Rick, I got you next. Excuse me. Shout out to Justin Timberlake. Hey, you diaspora bitches, y'all better chill out. Hey, what? That's right, from Memphis, Tennessee, baby. Oh.
Such a beautiful girl walking down the street.
Gotta get to the chorus, you know it.
Coming down. She deserves a crown. Where is it now? Mama, listen, senorita, I feel for you. You deal with things that you don't have to do. He doesn't love you, tell by his charm. But you feel the
After I play Big Rig song, I'm gonna play the Justin Timberlake song for you, and y'all gonna know I'm ridiculous, right? Because see, the thing is I thought that the song was one thing and it's not, it's something else. But first, I'm gonna play Big Rig song. Ooh, excuse me, Lord have mercy. Man, that concentrate will light you up, bruh. It's like getting some B12 under your tongue or a dose of Red Bull too fast. Have mercy. Y'all check out the arms though. Check that out. I ain't had that kind of muscle in so long. Hold on, wait. Bow. Beast in it. Yup. Singing and dancing. That's it. Singing and dancing. And praising the Lord. I ain't gonna front. So thankful to be here. Y'all have no idea. Hey. Oh. Oh. Y'all want to see my everything? At least part of it. Uh-oh. My onesie won't be nothing seems to go. Uh-oh. That don't make me go back to the old school, being in Memphis, getting into trouble. Excuse me. Woo. Hey, I want to roller skate. Hey, put a one in the chat if you can soul skate. Hey, I just now learned how to do that. I mean, I learned how to do the movement. I don't know that I can actually soul skate yet. I'm gonna go to the roller rink and try it out. I'm trying to get everybody to come here. You guys, I'm gonna tell you the story about the last 420. First, I'm gonna play this song and make myself smile some more before I tell you this semi-sad. It is on a good note. I'm still here, but anyway, I'm gonna play this song. This song right here. I used to think that Justin Timberlake was saying I'm in love with black girls, but he wasn't. When you hear the chorus, you'll know why. I was like, yeah, Justin, go ahead and tell your story. And then I found that he wasn't. He didn't say that. I was very disappointed. You know, he's from Memphis. He got all that soul. I really just thought maybe, just maybe, but I wasn't that lucky. Y'all, I'm ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, yeah. JT and the Tennessee Kids, come on! Give it up! All right. Who is your favorite white dude crooner? Okay, let me put that a different way. Who is your favorite blue-eyed soul singer? All day. They'll say I'm crazy, 'cause anybody, even when your father says that I can't be with you, I don't hear a word they say. 'Cause I'm in love with black girls. Don't be mad at me. I'm in love with black girls. Don't be mad at me. So much from the other side of the track. So what, the world don't think we match. I put it down in my love song. I said, I'm in love with black girls. Shout out to Pretty in Pink. That's one of them should have been black folks against white folks movies right there. I love John Hughes movies, by the way, y'all. We're gonna start watching some of them along the way. No one there to catch us when you fell from heaven that day, baby. Ow! People always staring, but I don't even care nothing about it, baby. Since I saw your face, I've been staring just the same, yeah.
girl.
Okay, I'm getting accurate, right? Sorry. My bad. I got excited. I apologize. I got excited. So let me do something different. My live chat on the screen is delayed. By how much? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Really? Okay. Let's see what happens. So sometimes my connection slows down. It may not be me. Oh, you guys, is the live slow or the chat slow, or it may be hit the live and refresh it on your thingy. It could be one of those two things, but I'm checking my connection now. So give me just a second. Excuse me. Wait. Yeah, it's a bit behind. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Hmm. All right, let's see how it goes. What's I gonna play? Oh, well, let's do this first. So, like I said, the reason why I started doing these videos is because the younger fella popped up in the chat on Thursday, and I was totally surprised. Didn't believe it was him, and then he gave the family code. Guys, I'm gonna say this again, in case I haven't said it to you before. Do not be out here calling your babies names in the streets when you're out in public. Y'all need to come up with some type of code that you and your children alone understand, so that whenever they go somewhere, whenever you are somewhere, y'all can check on one another. It's a lot easier that way, right? We used a thing called IC1, IC3. There were three fellas, so IC1, and then the first one would show up, the eldest, and then two and three, he'd either know where they were or they would announce their presence as to where they were. So you know, just a parenting tip that's out there, you guys. I was thrown off a little bit, so give me a moment. Let's do this. It's your
It's your
opportunity
opportunity
to
to
say whatever
say
you
whatever
want.
you want.
What was it
What
like
was it
being
like
raised
being
by me?
raised by me?
Good, bad,
Good, bad,
indifferent.
indifferent.
Now you're low. So is your hand over your microphone? Still low. You be over there on IG talking to them women, don't you? Like that. I see it now, huh? Super low. What are you doing, sir? You're killing me. Oh my god, you guys. That's right. That's my that's my little one. Not, you're not so little now. Nope. Whatever you did, you got to go back to where you were before, because then it was fine. I could hear you. You just had to work hard to hear me. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
All right, cool. How are you, sir?
What's up with it, JP? I hit you just a minute ago because I don't think that the live chat is um is in real time with you, because the ones
Really?
that are popping up now, that are popping up on your screen on the top,
Uh
they
huh.
they've been in the live chat for a minute. Like I spoke to you a few times, like at around 5 o'clock, and they haven't even popped up yet. So
Huh.
that's why.
I
So
wonder.
that's why. Go ahead.
I know what it might be. It might be that they blocked it on YouTube. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I can't stand. This is the problem with being a content creator. Like, you can do something and then they'll let it happen one time, and then the next time they'll be like, nope, that doesn't work, or this doesn't work. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And then everything says it's the same, but it's not. Let's see.
Yeah, because when he was waiting for his theme song, I was looking at the time when he had posted it, and then you had spoke on it, and I was like, oh yeah, that was like 15 minutes ago.
Huh. Well, no, it's still playing live on my phone, so I'm not sure.
Your stream is great, but the just the live chat, it ain't coming in real time like how you see it on the side. It's
Yeah.
not coming into you real time.
Let's take that down and take this down and see what happens when. Yeah, it's not. It's not even moving. Huh.
So I'm just saying, if it don't look like it's active in there, it's just because you're not seeing it. But the
Okay.
live chat is there. It just ain't coming to you. Like for some reason, I don't think you're getting it real time.
Yeah,
But
because I
there's
don't
people
see.
in chat.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Well, huh. Fucking YouTube, man. Thank you. Let me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and it never moves even on the screen there either. Excuse me. And now it has it down to two people watching.
Really.
Int-
Well, I can't
yeah,
tell because I'm on the stream now, so I can't tell
right.
who's in the chat now. But I know before it was there was about like 9 or 11 in there, but you weren't getting when people had talked. It didn't come up on your side like how you could see it on the top.
Huh. All right. Well, that's a kink that means a bug that needs to be worked out.
But continue
Okay.
with your stream though. I just wanted to put that bug in your ear.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. You got a theme
Definitely.
song to play?
Yes, I do. I put in there Surface. You are
I
my
got that.
everything.
So y'all didn't hear me play that one either?
You played Surface?
Uh huh.
You played
That
it
was a
when
lot.
I asked for it, or you played it
I
before?
I played it later. I played it at, I don't know, before you came up on the stream.
Okay, okay, yeah, it must have been before I came up. Yeah.
Yeah. You, or as you were coming up. This is weird. Mm, 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 mm. All right, we play it again. Hold on. It should be right there. What was the name of it again?
Surface,
Oh, you
you
are.
are my
Yeah.
everything, or it may just be everything.
This one.
Yep.
It's so weird. Everything else is working though. You were able to hit the link in the chat, so maybe it was just
Yeah, I was able to do all of that because all that's in there, but it seemed like it must have stopped time wise, maybe 4:30 in your or 4:45, 5 o'clock in your life to you.
okay. All right. Well,
But it
so
may be it
Sophia,
may be coming up more though because I haven't I see Sophia in there, so it
yeah.
may be
So
working out.
hey, Cheeto. Hey. Oh, you were.
Because Sophia wasn't in there when I was in there. So
Okay.
you might be all in right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
You know it.
Peace. My connection is moving slow though. Hey, Sophia, how's your spirit? See, when things don't go well, they make me feel icky. I'm gonna drop you down because your whatchamacallit is dragging on your thing too. You are, hey, my everything. Hey, I told you it made me want to soul skate. But I said it made me want to soul skate. I don't know how to though. Anybody else? Anybody know how to soul skate? Awesome, you got it. Cool. All right, I'm gonna drop you out because your little thing is going on. Sophia, can you soul skate? I ain't got that kind of rhythm. You said that's the slap. You know what? I'll take that's the slap over that's what's up. I could not stand hearing people say that. Woo, that was nerve breaking. Because I always want to be like, what's up? What the heck is you talking about right now, homie? What's the who? Who the what the hey the hey? I don't understand it. But anyway, you know. All right. Hey, my everything. Thank you to Big Rig Slaps for helping me to make sure that my sound and my chat was right. That is what community and family is all about, y'all. Y'all show up and show out. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, send this to everybody you know. Send me your theme song. Put your theme song in the chat. You know the thing. We're just gonna have a discussion about some of these dirty bathwater folks. Now, Sophia, you've been. She said, "Ooh, we in my 50s." Uh-oh. You said, what you mean you're not going to try to stone sing? Sophia, I'm trying to get everybody here for 420 so that we can celebrate my life and all that I have seen in just the last year. You're going to tell me you won't come out here and soul skate with me? That don't make no doggone sense. I don't understand. Megan, you can go. Listen, I will make sure that you have some good medication in case you bust your tail there and get a word on, right? You can see, you know, listen, old ladies can't be out here dropping it like it's hot and doing the splits and all that other thingamajiggies. But you know, we can soul skate. We can hula hoop, and that's acceptable. Um, what else? What else? What old school had to grow up in a black community to really know? For me, it was like them little songs that they used to sing back in the day. Oh, look at the people talking, to making each other feel so loved. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about some love. Y'all want to see my baby? Look, I just keep showing you my baby. Just keep showing you my baby. Look at that voice. Look at it. Look at that voice.
I told you guys he's an old man in a young man's body. Look at him, just doing all of the 40-something camera issue thing. Look at it, and trying to be cute about it too, because well, you know, that's the new thing now. Show off as much as you can.
Oh, thank you, Sophia. I promise to heal your boo boo when you do. I will put some
Daniel and some headphones in.
some witch hazel on it, and not some alcohol, because you know the alcohol burn, but the witch hazel, that's for the good little girls who don't holler when, you know, stuff don't go their way.
I can't hear you at all now. At least before I could hear you.
It's
Now
hard to
you're
believe
like
like
a
that man
whisper.
is gonna be 20 this year.
I know what you sound like, so I can hear you, but people won't be able to hear you.
Anyway, he and
look
this
at that
lady-
face. I know that face, you guys. And your dumb face was squirt. You're not my squirt. But the youngest. Okay. So. We'll talk about. Okay. So when he said, "Do you want to see the third one?" We'll share a story. That might get him to get his act right and get his microphone and sound right, so he can make me not tell the whole story. When he was little, smaller, who lived in Georgia. He had an accident. Look,
I know it's kind of sad. I'm a proud mama, and I want everybody to see my handsome baby. I'm so proud of him. but they are the inspiration for this YouTube platform along with their cousins. So I figure, why not start to dedicate some of these videos to them? So I'm starting this new series called Dear Fella, and we're going to start with Sleeping with the Enemy. Um, and we're going to use some old school sayings. If you get in your feelings about it, you might not want to pull up to the panel. But we're going to have a discussion. So the first one we're going to start with is, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Y'all ever heard that one before? You might know why. It's terribly, terribly offensive in a way. In another way, you know, it's telling someone at a very young age that there are certain people who should be off limits to you for certain reasons. So I'm gonna drop the link, and I want y'all to hit me with some of them old school sayings and let me know um, your thoughts, or let me know your thoughts on the ones that I'm putting up. Hey, Quantum! Oh, that's Sophia talking to Quantum. Lord, y'all messing with me today. They messing with me today, fun. I'm being messy myself. Okay, so let me see if I can get this stream to do what I want to do. He said you was filled with joy. Thank you. I love to see my mom again and make her smile. Yeah, there's something about fantastic. Well, thank you for that. There's something about great parents, and my mom just. My dad had his own way. Together they were, they made us. Um, but yeah, my mom just kind of knew who we were. I kind of knew who Grandpa was. I'll tell you. So when he was probably about 6 or 7, I said, Grandpa, and we call him Grandpa. My children had bedtimes, curfews. And some children like curfews and other children don't, you guys. And in this case, this gentleman here did not mind his curfew at all. If his bedtime was 9:30, he was in bed at 9:29 and a half. He wasn't playing. And when he got older, he would just ghost you. You just look around and then look at the clock and be like, oh, Grandpa's in bed. So that's how he got the nickname Grandpa. But when he was about 6 or 7, I asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he listed like 9 things. He wanted to be a vet, a soldier, a fireman, or something else, and like just a litany of things. And I was like, you know what, dude, you still have to join the military because I don't know what else. And he's one of those who's really good at politicking. He can navigate his way through some of the most. Babe, you okay? Um, you're welcome. He can navigate his way through pretty much any conversation. If there are conversational landmines, he can make his way through a whole, all of them, basically. So it's something that I'm thankful for. And like I said the other day, they he and my middle son grew up with like I basically homeschooled them until they went, I guess, into their middle school years almost. Because I was a stay-at-home mother, and then I ran a home daycare, and then when they got into middle school, closer to middle school, or being able to tell me what had gone on throughout the day, then I went on to go on with the things that I wanted to do in my life. Hey, Harris Tribe Media, how's your spirit? My spirit's peace. How's your spirit? Um, y'all just don't keep it tickles me now to see people say it. I'm like, oh, having an effect. I like it. I'm glad to know that people are checking in on each other, even if you're just checking on me. You remember to ask, and that way you remember to check on you. Y'all got a theme song for me? Mm. I just wanted to go live because I've been seeing, a lot of messiness from folks who are outside of the. You know what? You guys are from the upper. You guys are from the Northeast. That's what we're gonna call it for tonight's stream. Okay. So I'm gonna drop this link, and maybe you can help me. Now, mind you, I've been all over several parts of the country and outside of the country, but I don't understand this open armedness of non of black facing but not black people, um, allowing things like using the N word, um, looking down on or trying to tell black folks how to behave. Um, that's my first question: is when do you let go of some of these people who aren't really of the community? If you're trying to build something that's going to last, when and how do you do that if you've got all of these outside players trying to get their agenda pushed forward? I'm not saying that they're not allowed to have an agenda. I mean, American might love its culture from non-black, but nah, I think because I mean, the ones that come over here, they still get treated the same. At the end of the day, they find out that they're just as black as you are when that police car pull up. You know, it doesn't matter how much you're in love with um, black culture. You could have a black spouse, or blah blah blah, whatever. But some of them will put on their uniform, or some of them get away from that and relax and start to show themselves. So, or out here, they gave you a semi pretty plate, or they gave you some dirty bath water that smelled like um, warm vanilla scent, right? But it had a layer of scum on it. That was 6 months ago. Now y'all knee deep into this relationship, and they done started to hit you with just shitting in the tub and not saying nothing at all. So how do you? Sorry. Why do you continue to allow them to be there? Just so you don't have to be in the bathtub by yourself? Why do if we know that these people do not care for us, let's just take it macro, right? If we know that neither the Republican Party or the Democratic Party gives a shit about us, why are we still willing to be in the bathwater with little brown things floating by? If we know that there are people who look like us but are not of us, and they came over more freely than we did and bent the knee, why hang on to it? Or on an individual level, it's just you and this other person. It's 2019, and y'all met at a coffee date, and who knows where, and it went nice, and so y'all decided to start, doing a thing, and one thing led to another, and you were spending the night at each other's houses when the lockdown happened, and you decided to be together. And then what? To anybody who started the pandemic ship, how's it going now? Did the bathwater get better or worse? Thank you, Harris Tribe Media, for telling everybody to hit the like button. Sophia Sharif said those students in Ukraine found out how black they were. And yeah, right. Found out how black they were. But then, some of them really knew how black they were. Like, nah, you want us to fight for you? You won't even let us cross the border. Kick rocks. Um, okay, Big Rig, I'm gonna tell this story. You know, children bathe together. Your siblings, right? And so my younger sister and I were in the bathtub, uh, and she thought she had to. she, she thought she had to fart, and she didn't, and she sharted in the bathtub. So those are the little brown things floating in the bathtub. So you like, I don't know. I mean, in reference to going from the dirty bath water, you know, when you don't have a lot of money, and back then you had to pay for everything. Like now there are places that have water. Stop. What? You think she gonna show up in the streets the way that Nathaniel did? That would be funny. It's funny, during that stream with Nathaniel, we talked about him being in a bathtub and being afraid. Mr. Harris of the Harris Drive Media said chocolate payday. You said it happened to you too, Big Rig. See? And you can't do nothing because of your little sibling. Your parent gonna go off on you and all kinds of mess. But yeah, so I can laugh at it now, but some of you, excuse me, people, and in this case, let's just go ahead and say fellas, because I'm talking to my fellas. Y'all need to make sure that you're paying attention to these people who you're allowing in your lives. Whether it's women, friends, business relationships, you know, if they hand you shit on a plate or if they invite you to a poopy bath, then, you know, all bets are off. You need to know the signs. You got to have some standards of what to look for. And I think in that way, you know, in some ways, I believe that boundaries and standards are each person's individually if you don't hang on to a particular doctrine. Um, and then even then, it may come down to some other things. But you guys, I just try to. He said poopy type shit. No go. Hey, Big Rig, that's still be the name of our first strain right there. Poopy type shit. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. We need to take a pause for the cause, and while we do, and when I say that, actually, I just need to hit this thingy over here. Um. So, what's your theme song? Anybody got a theme song? Harris Tribe Media. I'm gonna play a theme song. Wow, because it made me think about y'all. Uh, oh, you know what? Harris Tribe Media. What I would like to know from y'all is how you feel about these people out here trying to um, sell the mathematics or you know the lessons as if they've ever actually paid attention. They'll just be like, "Oh, I know the math ain't the math ain't mathing, but you don't know nothing about math in the first damn place." I'm gonna be honest. I got tired of hearing a bunch of folks talk about that Justice Cipher B and so on and so forth. So I had to skip town on that part. I hung on to the build on the positive and destroy all negativity aspect of it, but some of the other stuff, ooh, father. Anywho, I am sorry, y'all. Went sideways. I want to say I think that it has a lot to do with them making a movie out of Wu Tang. I think it's a good thing, but then at the same time, sometimes I wonder if it really is or not. So, since Sophia came up with her theme song before I could remember that I was looking for a Lauren Hill song, I'm going to play Sophia's song. Titty, ta Y'all need to stop playing with me. Oh, we about to act a real fool up in here, Sophia. Now you better get your act right. I don't know how you gonna ask for this song and then not be up here ready to go and sing and dance. You ain't see Patrice the other night, man, that was a show. In here dancing and singing in a onesie. She said she gonna ask for a theme song. I'm gonna play your theme song while you gone because I'm petty. I'm that kind of petty. Hey, I'm telling you, Big Rig, that thing was magical. Friday night stream was worth it. At least, definitely the last 3 hours. First two were comfortable, but the last three, man, it was like having a house party. We gotta do that every Friday night, bro. But look, as soon as I say that, you know them ones who ain't got no damn talent gonna be trying to do the same thing. Some things you just can't recreate, though. Know what I'm saying? Be satisfied. I wanna lie to you, baby. Ooh, I got for you, baby. It makes me wanna say, I feel for you. Oh, I think I love you. There you spiritual healing. I think I love you. Right? Marcus sang, OG Patrice did. You came up there. The song came out. Von Bryant did. Von Bryant sang. Excuse me. It was fantastic. A Friday night. Probably one of the cheapest Friday nights that some folks have had in a long time. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, understood, Sophia. Thank you. We had a blast. So yeah, I look forward to trying to do more of that. I'm gonna start just putting out my. Wasn't Vaughn a bad? I mean, Vaughn was singing. Y'all, who knew? Who knew? He'd just be over here all mild mannered, like Clark Kentis and shit, and then he started singing, and he was like, "Whoa, all right, silky super voice. I heard you. I see you, sir. Okay, do what you do, fella." It was great. It's so funny. Sorry, I was looking for something. Okay, so it's Vaughn came in at the beginning of the stream, Big Rig, and dropped off a song and then had to go. Matter of fact, his was a Shaka Khan song too. That's kind of funny. I don't know. He and Sophia got a kindred mindset going on there. Excuse me. So let me ask you this question then, chat. What advice would you give to my son to avoid ladies who poop in the tub? Right? Like, how do we make a decision? How do I know how I actually guided him, but how do you guide those who don't know the lay of the land yet? Right? One of the most important things to me was simply to be the the woman that he could marry, to embody that, right? I never wanted my children to look up to me. I never wanted them to want to be like me in that way. I wanted them to know that in the same way that I would fight I'd fight through anything for them and to be able to get us to any place. Um, that was what they should look for in a partner, someone who has a work ethic, someone who is willing to try. Hey, Snuggles, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link for you. You want to come up? I won't even ask you to cam up. Just come up and and give me your theme song, Snuggles. It's been a while. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. How's your spirit, Snuggles? Do you have one? I don't mean to be disrespectful. Just curious question. But anyway, so I tried to make sure that I raised gentlemen. They open doors, they check in. You see, it just popped up in the stream out of nowhere. Snuggles, would you like to see my son? Look, I'll show you. He popped into the stream the other day.
Hold on. That's a little bit better. Yeah, you just have to mute me when you're not talking.
I can try that. Let me just make sure everything's working as intended.
Oh, I hear you fine now. It's just an echo when I speak.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on before. It registered this as a call. So when I was talking to you, I had to like put you to your ear so I could hear you. But now it's registering it as like just a normal chat. It's so weird. My phone is
Very.
doing weird stuff.
You all can't hear him, can you? Let's see.
Hi, hi. I'm
Aw,
not gonna cry. By the way,
I'm good.
but on that stream, an older gentleman asked a boomer,
Oh, we talked about
how do
Von
you
Bryant. That's
bridge
so
the
funny
gap
that Von would show up the next
between
night.
boomers and zoomers? Um, what would you like for boomers to know from your perspective?
It's not about what we want you to know. It's
I'm gonna have to fix it.
don't be a negative old person, right?
Yeah, his sound is just too low. So I'll have to fix it. But that's my youngest. Snuggles, he popped up on the stream Thursday night, and we had a chat about what it was to be, how it was to be raised by me. It was interesting. Snuggles, you said something to man so he can get a mentor. I don't quite understand that statement. If you could rephrase it, that would be great. Um, he had a mentor. His father was present. And then when his father was deployed, there were other gentlemen in our around our family circle who stepped in and helped to make sure that I wasn't being too much of a helicopter mom. I was the type of mother who would wrestle. Oh Lord, have mercy! The Tennessee is coming out of me. I was the type of mother who would wrestle with her children. So we would get into the backyard and do army combatives, and so yeah, I'm not quite as frail as it may look like. I just got some things that I had to work through. So while we're here, why don't we talk about almost a year ago? One of the things that I had to work through, and I was in these YouTube spaces, but I don't think that I was actually even doing more than kind of just chatting in the chat room when this thing happened, and I'm not sure that I really told anyone. Um, but it was okay. So, 420 last year, we had a celebration with our neighbors. One, my apartment, an apartment across the way, and one upstairs behind me. We had a barbecue and smoke, hang out, kick it, have a good time. Even played cards, I think, for a little bit. And then later on, after midnight, so technically 421, one of the people who was at the party and a neighbor would get into an altercation with one of their uh, associates, and it would escalate quickly, and he shot him. And I believe that the gentleman was, Lord, look after his soul, the spirit of those he left behind. I believe that he expired at the hospital, but the other gentleman, it said that he just stepped over his body, threatened the girlfriend that was present, and just walked away. And it was after that I was like, man, I just need to, find some positive black folks in these YouTube streams that I can get away from all the stuff that's going on in the world and reset my brain. I have seen enough people not making it. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening to some people, even in these YouTube streams, right? Hey, Big Rig, welcome back. Welcome back. Big Rig, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Welcome back. What's going on?
Oh man, I just got some time, so I'm chilling. So I just jump on with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Um, I was talking about this guy. Well, there was a deletion here in my apartment complex last year, almost a year ago. And I knew the person involved, and it was just something difficult. So I came to YouTube, like most people, looking for black people who were talking about changing things. It just didn't make any sense to me that you could do that to someone you claim to be your friend and then just step over his body and walk away. Um, then I got into YouTube streams, and people are just that callous, just in what they say, their ability to just be an avatar on a screen or to just be some words in a chat. Um, it just made me wonder, is there hope for, not hope, is there a chance for people to recover from spending so much time um, alone with all of their demons these last couple of years, or alone with whatever it was that made them come out and act like this.
And you said, is there hope?
Is there a chance, or I mean, what do we have to do? I mean, aside from becoming a community, what type of community? What does the community have to offer people to get them to, for us to not have to wash our hands of someone or throw them away? Oh, look, there's Simon. Hey, Simon. You don't realize he on here. Um, what can we do to not have to not have to wash our hands of someone? Anybody can answer.
Who's giggling?
Huh? Me.
Oh, sorry.
Don't chastise me on my own
So
panel,
what's
Simon.
what's the question again?
Okay, so I said, well, let's start with that question. When should you wash your hands of someone?
I don't know about that.
Why?
What does that mean? Washing your hands of someone? Does that mean completely, or does that mean temporarily?
I mean, do you go back and get? I won't be petty. Completely. When you wash your hands, you get rid of the germs.
Yeah. So I've had like multiple situations where I've had to wash my hands of someone, but not thinking that I'm washing my hands of them. Like I've had to do it for my own personal situation. So, for example, I had a dearly beloved sibling where she, you know, just continued to test and test and test. So I had no choice but to wash my hands. But not thinking I was trying to wash my hands, I was just like, I want to do everything, and I've tried to do everything, but I can't do anything more. So I guess it's like a double-edged sword, where it's like you're washing your hands in one sense, and in another sense you're sort of like thinking, I wish I could do more.
So does that mean at some point, or for you, you intend to go back at some point? If you say, for instance, you find out what the more is and you can provide it, are you gonna? Do you have the intention of trying to go back and help?
Nil pois.
I'm sorry, say that again.
No.
Okay, so
I got something to say to that before you
go
continue
ahead.
on, because with the first thing you said, um, to be honest with you, before I was the type of person, and I could say this, I kind of became this way of like changing this way of thinking. I would say maybe the last 2 years, but prior to the last 2 years, I was more the type of person that I wasn't into throwing anybody away. I wasn't into losing any type of friendships or over nothing, small, petty, or even really big that can lightweight be, mended. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more the type to keep things together, but I've I've gotten to the point to where like I can and I will throw somebody, what I'm saying, away if they're just not if they're not on point, or like, if they just do too much, too disrespectful. And when it comes to giving chances, I feel like I give a lot of chances before I get to that point of throwing somebody away, when it comes saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I give more chances than anything. Like it's crazy. So like I feel if it gets to that point to where I really just gotta leave you alone, I'm gonna leave you alone and I'm gonna stand on it. Before I wouldn't let myself really get to that point. I just try to be more forgiving and look at it more in a a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like what I'm thinking is, just whatever. So I don't do that no more. Like I just, if you're not bringing any type of like good value, and definitely no type of negativity, but like if you're not really on that type of page, and you're more of a downer, I could do without.
I think with like with my situation, it was more sort of like I'm trying to sort of get my head in check when I'm talking, um, because it's kind of easy to go along a train, um, but it was more it was more the opposite in terms of I was trying, but um, they didn't sort of go along with it, and because of that, I had to back off rather than um, just a simplistic sort of way of thinking. You're giving, and they should receive, and they will be appreciative of that. Uh, they just were very um, they didn't really sort of receive it the way I wanted them to receive it. So I sort of had to deal with that in my own way, and it wasn't negative and it wasn't positive. And sometimes things happen like that.
Um, I think that's a fair statement. You know, the one of the hardest things for me has been, I said this before, coming to the understand the ability to accept love from Daniel with all of the restrictions that I have going on in my life from now, from not being able to get a divorce to just barely getting on my feet, and then the pandemic, just a host of things, right? Uh, and so, in that way, when I look at my relationships from before, there were people that I would say they did me wrong, but I still love them, or they didn't really mean it. They were just going through. whatever. Um, and it was because I felt beholden in some way to, these titles, or, some bloodline, or some access that you had to my life at some point. And, you know, after this last month or so, and certainly after February, I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm not interested. Hey, Mims, welcome. I just, if, I just decided that if they if they didn't show up, then what was the point in me showing up? No love lost, right? I wish you the best on your journey, but I'm not looking back. I'm not looking for you. So, in that way, I don't feel any, I don't know, I don't feel one way or another about it. But I guess my next question is, how is that received? Like, are we concerned with how that's received on the other side when someone is told, "Listen, you're poison to my life, and I got to let you go."
Now, see, that's why I stopped you right before you did that, and I answered the first thing, first because you was going into that. You kind of just answered it because what do you do when you give people so many chances, and then you're lightweight making excuses like, oh well, this and that, or maybe it was this. You know what I mean? Like you did that to me. You done already went through those steps. So like it's like how many times do I gotta you know do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like and before that's why before you went on to that, like I understood the beginning question, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and put that out there to more of the reasoning of how I would be more open and try to value almost every type of friendship or anything, any type of I tried to value it. I actually preached it, like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I was pretty good for that. You know what I'm saying? To be a person that would, I thought that was like a good thing. But then it got to the point where, and kind of like how Simon said, like, you do things and people don't really appreciate it. It ain't nothing of being negative or anything like that, but it's just like almost like you're getting taken for granted in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like they're taking your kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? Like I was talking earlier today to my primo, his wife, and I was telling her, like what I try to do every time I encounter somebody, just period, when I encounter somebody, I try to leave them with like a compliment or something good, something positive. And that's just off the jump. You know what I'm saying? And like even with my son being with me, you know what I mean? He sees that and I see how he interacts with people. So I see it's rubbing off, you know what I mean? It's positive. And it's not nothing fake. You know what I mean? But that's just what I do. So like when it comes to people that
You're covering your mic, Big Rig. You
I
moved
don't
away
know,
from your mic. There you go.
but like so when it just comes to people continuously, you know, doing something to where you just gotta almost forgive them all the time, it just kind of comes to a point where you just gotta let that go. So like to for that second part of what your question is, like I don't know. I feel like they done took all them options.
So, but I guess my question really is like, when cutting them off, do we word it in such a way to keep them from doing harm to themselves or others, or retaliating? Does that matter, or is it simply we
That does
just
matter.
okay?
That does matter. Like I would never I kind of feel like I kind of think before any type of actions or and kind of what the reactions could be before I kind of do something. You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't cut somebody off in a point to where it was really negative or was like bad blood or where it can be some type of retaliation or if it was like say an ex or something to where they might want to harm themselves or or anything like that. Like I wouldn't do anything of that sort like that. I would be more thoughtful on how I did it to hopefully not run across that because no, that's unacceptable.
Mims, welcome, ma'am. Do you want to
Hello.
answer the question? Is the question is when should you wash your hands of someone? And then we moved on to when you do wash your hands of someone, what the wording of the verbiage matter? And then Mimsy, after you, Simon, I'm listening. I'm just going to grab coffee.
Um, so I suppose it really depends on like where you are in life. So personally, I'm at the point in my life where if you're not walking or wanting to walk or trying to walk in the same path that I'm walking, which is, you know, within the way of the Almighty, I can't really have you in my general. Oh, I'm garbled.
It's like that sometimes. Yep. Wait. Ta-da. Hold on. Okay. Ta-da. There you are.
Is this better?
Yes, it is.
Okay. When when should I wash my hands with somebody? Um, I'm not really sure. I suppose that's situational. I've had to wash my hands with, from a few people, but I don't necessarily close the door all the way because if I can't forgive, you know, um, I can't expect the Almighty to forgive me for all of the things that I have done and probably will do in my life because I am not perfect. So, um, I'm not really sure. It's all situational, but the inspiration or the motivation for me would be, um, like how many chances does He actually give us throughout our lives to get right? You know, that's me.
Hey, hear me?
I can't hear you, Simon. I
Can't
don't know if
hear
you're
me.
saying words.
Ooh. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's
I have
going
my
on with you,
microphone.
Jacob? You having a whole
Huh?
shower over there?
Hey. I had to wash my hands and go potty. I didn't want everybody to hear. Okay. Sir. Uh-oh. Where'd we go? Lord have mercy. All kinds of things are happening. There goes Simon again. He's there. Are y'all
Hi,
just playing
Sophia.
Hallelujah?
No, I am on my iPad, and it's dumb.
Oh, okay. And then Big Rig, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Ooh. Okay.
Hey, Big
Members were
Ribs.
speaking. Oh, okay. Simon, go ahead. We were saying when you do decide, do the words matter?
Sorry, when we do decide what?
To let go of someone.
Do the words matter?
Yes.
No,
What do you say? Doesn't matter.
no,
Just let
no.
them go. Bye, bitch.
No, not just let them go. I just don't think the words matter. That's a difference. There's a different thing there.
Okay.
Are you
So,
interested in hearing about that? Should I just shut the fuck up?
yes. You having to draw to I told
um,
you a wide path is gonna be your problem. Somebody she's gonna hop up and snatch you home.
yes, sometime, somewhere. Um, no, of course, like I don't know. It depends. Like, I think it's different levels. Like, my experience with my wife was just so unilateral. It's crazy. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't expect it. The moment I sort of even got involved in that whole thing, for me, before even all of that took place, I was like, I'm only getting married once. Once. It's only taking place once. Okay. That was just my personal preference. Okay. It wasn't sort of like anyone else's. This is before like all the YouTube stuff came on, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And, my personal preference, indoctrined from myself, I'm getting married once. And I got married once. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was brilliant. It was fantastic. The experience was amazing. Amazing. Because I learned so much from my wife. But now we're divorced and she's on some crazy shit. And I can't do anything about that. I don't disrespect her for that. Um, I'm trying to help her. I'm a single father now. I have my daughter. My daughter misses her mother. She talks to me about her mother every day. I don't know what the fuck to do about that. I've got to get on with my shit. I've got to do my own job. I've got to take care of her, and I don't know. That might be for a lifetime.
Has anyone given you any tips for right now?
Like what?
Like, get some of her mother's clothes and let her have those around. Put them on her toys. Have her mother record books and things like that, and read them to her, so that they're just ways for her to hear her voice, see her, have some type of some of her sense. So that I don't mean physically. I mean like images.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. No.
those.
No one's. No, we're not living in that world. We're in 2022. So what we've got right now, I think, and I stress is, the thing that's going to drive us forward, because we don't have that anymore. We don't have those communities. We don't have that the person you can walk up to. You don't have your neighbor. So yeah, I mean, like when you're turning around to me and saying things like that's really heartwarming, because it's like, I need to understand that I'm a black man. I might be across the pond, but it's the same thing. Like, I'm a single black man with a single, in a single black fatherhood situation. And at the end of the day, if you're going to turn around and tell me something like that, that means everything to me. I ain't fucking around with that shit, because no one's knocking on my door telling me anything. It's ain't Santa Claus situation. Coca-Cola's over. Like, fuck that. It's like, at the end of the day, my daughter needs everything like she can get. And if JP's turning around to me and saying, check this from a woman's perspective, yeah, I understand. What is it? You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I know these things because it's my lived experience in a multitude of ways, and this is why Mimsy and I connect. Even though I've made comments about folks not of the Black community, because I know what it is to be a stay-at-home mother. I know what it is to be just you dealing with little people who want all of your attention and time, and you just want to have a conversation with another adult. Uh, I know what it is to be like, I can't make that person show up for you. So here's what I got instead of that. And a lot of people are experts in this YouTube space, but um, that's something that I don't think that you can be an expert at.
I don't think anyone's an expert at anything. I'm an expert at certain things based on my qualifications, but when it comes to parenthood, that's something else. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
You've raised grown children, and that's something that can't be sort of that's a bit different. Like where I walk around and I see like people talking about this shit, like, oh yeah, this I'm going through this, blah blah blah. But if you've actually grown adults, did you get what I'm saying? It's like that's a different thing. I don't. There's no conversation on YouTube that's speaking about that. That's completely, you know, you've grown an adult. This ain't a plant. This ain't some sort of fucking manufactured bullshit. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like you've grown a human adult. If anyone out there has grown a human adult, please do bless me. Please tell me something. Because Christ Almighty, like, it's not fucking that straightforward. You know, Mimsy's crazy. I know Mimsy's crazy. But at the end of the day, like, I appreciate all that shit. And I appreciate Mimsy's perspective. I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate everyone. You know, like, I was watching it, the last view, the last, you know, thing you done, that was just, that was crazy vibing. That was just
It was
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. That was just total vibe. That was amazing.
And then thank you so much again for the introduction. That damn song was, I was so damn surprised. Like, I was like, that's me at the beginning of that damn song? That's fucking awesome.
What song was that?
You didn't hear the song from SL at Sexy Beast?
He's on his own shit, man. I don't even. SL is on his own shit. You know, you bounce with SL.
You didn't hear the song?
I heard it. I replayed it. That's the sign. Like when you can replay something, that's the sign. I was like, oh, I hear that. I watched it, and then I had to replay it because it was like,
I was like, oh shit, that's
interesting. That's like, no, it's just the whole vibe was just like, so cool. And that's the whole thing about the community thing. It's just like, we are a community. Like, we all are different characters. We all bounce in different ways. Who gives a fuck? Wow. You know, you might not fucking necessarily agree with everything I say. Wow. But, you know, we're a community. That's what matters. Let's draw the circle and go forth. Because at the end of the day, if a fucking nuke hits us tomorrow, we're fucked. And it will take that link and our communication to be in that space where we're capable of turning around and doing something that's intelligent to us. The problem is this whole disenfranchisation of you know, what's going on in these streets, where people are just so like up their own ante is nuts. But at the same time, everyone's really interlinked and they really know what's going on. So, like, you know, what I would like is for us to support each other. So the whole idea around grouping is about sort of like, no matter what, at least we're getting about 10 in there. Where it's like,
yeah, but grouping doesn't seem to be it for everyone. Like, I should say community. Grouping for community doesn't seem to be it for everyone. For some people, it's grouping for network, which is different from community. Grouping for siphoning off purposes. Grouping for trolling purposes. Like,
yeah, totally understand that. And the rationale behind it is that trolling does not exist within grouping, right? Because it's our group. When we decide to go, okay, this is this, then that's our decision, and it's an internal decision. It's not sort of like, oh, it's an external thing. What you're doing when you're sort of going external with everything is going, okay, you know, I'm just letting myself be whatever to whoever, and that's a problem. So we can't operate like that. And it's not sort of like on a premise that we've got some sort of extreme thought processes. It's we're just trying to get along. We're just trying to do what we're trying to do. So at the end of the day, if it can work, it will work. It's not necessarily the fact that it will because we want it to. It's just, it's what it is. So we'll see how it goes. And the fact of the matter is, we're all new school to this. It doesn't matter what the fuck your age is. You could be 20, you could be 30, you could be 40 or 50. It doesn't fucking matter. We're here now. We have been through a fucked up period, and you know, I will cry right now because at the end of the
All
day,
right now,
people,
Rico.
I'll get on your JP shit and fucking start crying and do dances and do some fucked up shit, right? Because I am, you know, the emotions within me, like, you really do not understand. Like, this is some fucked up shit. Like, that's got people are walking around here like, oh, yesterday didn't fucking happen. Yes, it fucking did, right? Yesterday fucking happened. Pay fucking attention. Yesterday happened. Right?
Yes,
And we fucking need music. We need music. Do I need to fucking play John Lennon? Right? Yesterday fucking happened.
it did.
Right before our fucking eyes, and we fucking didn't know what to do. What was we doing? We was fucking paying attention to the fucking TV screen. That's what the fuck we was doing. We was buying into all these fucking corporate nonsense and not paying attention to ourselves and our beings and our people and our fucking community. And we're, you know, we need to adjust what we're doing. And
So how do
that's
we
why I
get
love
more?
JP's message. JP's message is something I think that will be you know, seen in the future as, you know, I'm nothing personally, but JP's message will be seen in the future, and I think a lot of people acknowledge that, and that's why they tune in, because it's a new world, and it's a new way of demonstrating what's actually going on the ground, you know, because we don't have that. We don't have that, and at the end of the day, let's say. I don't know why you're letting me speak so much. You're just playing me. But at the end of the day, if a new drop tomorrow, look, I'm getting on a boat somehow to find JP.
You know, it's this strange thing. I've never thought of myself as that type of whatever. I've known that I was, you know, I stood out for whatever reason, but to have former culinary classmates reach out and be like, "You still mean something to my life," to have soldiers from my ex's unit say things like, you know, "I miss you. You changed my life." That kind of it to me, it's just thank you. I appreciate it. I don't. It was never meant to be a movement, but then I see this, and I'm like, you know, people just hurt too much. I had this thing on my buy me a copy that I was gonna say to read, and we need to change. I started saying morning to people this morning instead of good morning, or peace, because we've been mourning for so long. But I say tomorrow morning, Monday morning, get up and look at your body and accept it for what it is. Get up and look at your bank account and your paycheck and your people and accept it for what it is. That's how you got here. You survived, and now you can thrive as long as you make a choice to do so. But people don't seem to. I understand that it's not easy. Um, and I understand that it's easier said than done. But I guess the question is, other than being the example of getting around enough times, what? How else do you get people to accept that ache is a part of the journey?
It's that question.
Yeah. Whether you say, you know, whether you believe in a religion or whatever it is, what do you use to help people accept that ache is a part of the journey so that they don't take the route most traveled?
Are you saying aching?
Yes,
Like hurting?
yes.
Are you saying physical pain, or are you saying emotional, mental pain? Are you saying all of that?
It could be any of those.
Okay. No one, honey. JP.
I'll give you an
Um,
example. Um,
I would I would say that the Almighty himself is long suffering. He is long suffering. And so sometimes we must be long suffering. You know, it's all part of it. It can't always be rainbows and sunshine and butterflies. And if it was, we would be ungrateful for that.
why the word
Some
suffering though? Why is an ache a suffering?
long suffering. Long suffering is what it says.
But why suffering? I mean, I don't. I if it's the good book or the good word or from your father, do you suffer in your father's house?
I don't know. That's situational. Sometimes I am long suffering. It really depends on what it is, you know?
Is
But then,
that is that the
that
creator?
could be with physical pain. Oh my god, I fell and I broke my tailbone. Still suffering from it. Probably never gonna go back together forever. Okay? My me and my tailbone, we're not friends. And I am long suffering. That is an ache that I'm currently feeling. I actually need to start sitting on my pillow, you know? And that is a long suffering. That is an ache. It's not but
When you say
it
you're long
hurts, you
suffering,
know?
when you say you're long
Go ahead.
suffering, what does that mean? What does that mean when you say you're long suffering? I don't know if I'm on
She's
mute or
asking you,
something.
Dennis.
Can you hear me?
Oh, she's talking to one of the little people.
Oh. What
I'm going to
time
look
is
it
it
up.
over there?
It's 6:30.
Oh shit. I'm really
Let me
interested
see.
in Mimsy.
Mhm.
Mimsy is interesting.
Very. She
What
tickles
does
me.
long suffering mean?
What you're doing right now.
what does
She's giving
long
you a
suffering
real time.
mean? It's like, are
She's
you
giving you a
making?
real time lesson.
Yeah, like, what does long suffering mean? I'm devout, so I don't know if it makes any sense. I'm
Okay.
like,
Well,
in terms of long
looking
suffering,
at
what does that mean?
the dictionary, it has having or showing patience in people.
Sorry, say that again.
Having or showing patience in spite of especially those caused by other people.
Okay. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like suffering? I mean, for me, like, life is light. So when it becomes suffering, it becomes something else. I don't know. I mean,
Um,
I think people bring darkness based on sort of like interactions and things like that. But holy, like, it's light. I mean, we are blessed, really, just to wake up and just go, okay, this is a new day, right? So when the whole thing comes into play, where it's like, there's some sort of negative sort of energy coming in. You could either choose to sort of intake that or go, okay, I'm gonna examine it, or you could go, I ain't even fucking with it. But I
I
don't
think
know.
it's how you view. I think it's how you view your life or existence in general, right? So 5% is say build on the positive and destroy the negative. That is certainly up to you, but um, in keeping that in mind, then yeah, I have a hard time. That's why I look at words and try to understand their core meaning, so that you can take any book and look at it and see whether or not um, there's it's giving you true information, because the language that we speak, the common tongue, is not ours,
Okay,
and that's
when you
something that
start,
we forget.
you're gonna start going deep on me. You start talking about books and stuff.
I mean, this one's it's just surface level. If you take any book and the dictionary and you look up the word pain.
You
You know,
can't do
I'm
that though. You can't, Jay.
what?
You can't do that. You can't. You're gonna mute me and shout me out the fuck out of here. But it's just like you can't just say, oh, this, like, there's no one book.
What do you mean? That's right, and that's the point.
All right.
The fact that you can do it with any book tells you that there's something in the language that was given to us.
What's your belief?
Why do the word, huh?
What's your belief?
I am a child of the universe.
All right. What?
So, okay, let me explain it to you. Because I hold my own doctrine outright in that
What's that
regard.
lady? Just what's her name? Just something. She just threw out
Who?
some crazy picture on IG. Sorry, go
Lord. All right, Simon, don't have this isn't about me.
on. Just Kyle. What?
Oh, I don't follow that channel. But so when I was like 18 or so, well, when I was 13, I left it. I left Christianity, at least up here, even though every now and then I'd have to go back to church. And then in my late teens, I became Muslim. I studied the 5%, the Nation of Islam, and then um, we were Sunni Muslim for about 13 years. And then I just kind of, I mean, I'd always thought to myself, well, there are only certain things that all of these books have in common. And when you look at other doctrines, these other doctrines have these particular things in common. And that's what I began to go with as my understanding, especially because I had um, what I thought was a partner walking in the same understanding as me wasn't. And so I just went with the things that I knew to be true. Do the most good that I can. If I got $3 and I only need $1.50, give away the other $1.50. I taught my children percent. I mean, if you 30, 30, 30, give 30, save 30, spend 30. Um, just trying to teach them to be better people. I That was it. That was the thing, and it's worked. They're generous gentlemen. They're young men. They're young black men who smile. They're well adjusted. So I ran a daycare, and those children seem to be well adjusted. I'll take that. I don't know that there's a name for it.
It's called being a human being. You
Well,
can only do so much. Like
I
I think anyway.
we can only do as much as we're willing to.
I don't know about that. I think like there's a point where I don't know. I was speaking to my daughter earlier, like, and you know, she was complaining about her knee, and her mother sort of gave her over to another friend. I was like, I don't know. I don't know who they are, whatever's going on. But mothers tend to do this. They tend to do this thing where they sort of fob their children off to other sort of friends or like cousins or whatever. And she was explaining to me that, you know, her mum just after school told this other, you know, friend to pick her up. And on the way back to the friend's house, she fell. Um, and you know, she's had this issue with her knee in like so far. So it was like her mum didn't tell me about that, and the person who her mum entrusted our child with didn't tell me about that. But my child is telling me about that, and it's an ongoing thing. Um, so sometimes these interlaced conversations, and the people you entrust, um, I wouldn't say will be a thing of falsehood, but sometimes you just need to sort of, for me, I had to nip it in the bud and look, you're not fucking with them, basically. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, evermore. Like, evermore, evermore, evermore. Like, it's like, you're not fucking with them, evermore. Like, it's like, you gotta sort of just go, okay, look, this is us, okay? Fuck that. Like, not to a point where it's not gonna be an evermore, but it's more like, right now, let's just chill and do our shit, okay? Let's build our own fucking shit. Like, for me, it's like my daughter. It's like I'm not gonna restrict her and say you can't have this, you can't have that. Right now, you need to learn. You need to understand certain things, okay? It might take 1, 2, 3 years maximum. Then we'll talk about other stuff. But this other sort of, I think a lot of women like do this sort of scatty stuff, where it's like they listen to a lot of things that are coming in. Not only women but men as well. They listen to a lot of scatty things that come in and out, and the premise of what is actually being spoken on is irrational, because the fact of the matter is that the source is not qualified, and that's a problem. You know, everyone wants to talk. It's like, cool, talk. You know, talk all you want, but the fact of the matter is you're not fucking qualified to tell me shit. You know, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Why are we going around in these circles?
Because no one can determine who's. You just said there are no experts. So if there are no experts, who determines who's qualified?
You're qualified based on the fact that you're doing the work. So, JP, you don't need a certificate, right?
Got a whole bunch of them somewhere though. Just saying.
You don't need it.
Thank you.
I could look, look, there's a different. There's two. I'm an educator, right? So there's two different types of education. There's experience and qualification, and employers will employ you based on that fact, right? So every time you walk into a job interview, you'll be based on that premise. You're going to be based on the premise that either you have that qualification or you have the experience. And from fact, you can tell JP has the experience, right? JP can back it up with the qualification if she chooses. But there are some young guns out there who do not have either. They don't have the experience or they don't have the qualification, but they want to run their fucking mouth. They want to run their mouth about what the fuck's going on or what the fuck's going, what's happening, this, that, the other, blah, blah, based on what is put in front of them. And what is put in front of them is put in front of them from their parents, social media, screens. That makes them think they know what's going on, but they don't, and it's unfortunate. It's not their fault. Like, I often tell my daughter, it's not your fault. She does some stuff, and I'm like, it's not your fault. Like, you've been taught this stuff. It's not your fault. The basic premise of it is we're all programmed in a certain sort of way. Certain people can actually turn around and look at things in a different way, and that's just the way they're built. It's nothing to do with competition. It's nothing to do with I'm this and I'm that. I'm hotter than you. I'm better than you. We don't care about that. Like, the basic premise is that we're humans and we're just all just trying to get along. And we tried to figure this out from day one. And at the end of the day, it's like, I can't force no one's hand, and no one can force no one's hand. We just need to sort of try to come to some sort of understanding, because no one's going to agree with what I'm saying, and I damn well know that from jump. But all I can do is understand. I'm a guy, and I'm gonna die, right? I'm a guy, and I'm gonna die, right? So if you want to take anything that I'm saying and listen and just take something in, whatever it is, I don't give a fuck. Like, if it benefits you in some shape or form, that's all we could do. And I'm directing it specifically at our black people, because I am that, and I know that, and it hurts, because I could tell you some stories about where I've been in some situations where I've got a plate in my jaw. That was a white guy, right? I got evicted from my house. That was a white guy, right? There was never a black person present where I had some fucked up situation. The black people that was in some situations, whether I liked it or not, were in good situations, right? And this is what people do not understand, where it comes to this whole confusion about this whole thing that we've bought into. At the bottom end of the line, the black person will stand for you. The black person will be there for you. The black person will be the person that you do not even understand is there for you through hook or crook. They don't even know they're doing it. But inherently, that's what we are. Because that's what our ancestors have brought to us. You don't understand. It's a thing, and we're learning. and I'm still learning.
Many
And
of
I'm gonna
us,
back the
no,
fuck
no.
off because I'm chatting too much
Well,
shit.
you mentioned our ancestors, and many of us aren't connected to our ancestors. And you mentioned, I've said this before. I've said that I believe my desire to stay as close to what is natural to me in spirit, in flesh, and in movement um, is what has saved my life despite some of the decisions that I've had to make. Hey, Rashawn, how's your spirit? Please feel free to come up. Um, One of the things for me was, having all these invasive procedures done. So recently, having that same experience, or someone trying to put me into the hospital, I fought back against it because to me it wasn't natural to who I am. It's not what I wanted to do. When I had the invasive procedures done, I was under, a particular set of health insurance requirements and so on and so forth. One of the reasons that I'm in the position that I'm in today is because even though all my life I've been connected to the system for 42 years, I don't want to be. Um, I understand we live in a world where everyone's being watched anyway, so there's some level to it. But I don't want traditional Western medicine. I don't want traditional thought processes, not in the sense of American tradition. Those things that are inherent to me, natural to me, that come at my core. Oh no, Rashawn. Well, Rashawn, come give me a thing and let's sing it out. We're just having a conversation, so you are more than welcome to come up and give me a song and we'll get your spirit right. Um, but
I know what you're
I
talking
don't,
about. I mean,
right?
like the thing is like I don't think people want to exhibit themselves. Okay, I get that. But like within our own community, like especially black women, like for what I've experienced, it's heartbreaking. In terms of you know the things they go through, like, and they have no voice, and they don't know how to um, articulate themselves. You know, it's really deep. It's heartbreaking deep. Um, and that's why I admire you because you're one of the, one of the most in terms of the world population in terms of you're able to exhibit, you're able to talk, you're able to sort of do things like whatever you choose to do with your channel is whatever you choose to do with your channel. But the fact of the matter is, there are many black women out there that cannot do that, and they are struggling. They are out there. They're just trying their best to just understand how to talk. Because
I'm not sure I know
they,
how to reach them, Simon. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I
yeah, you
grew
can't.
up
I
with
mean,
sisters.
it's
I had
harsh.
been, I don't know, because when I see the just, you know what you're doing. You can sense it. You can see it. I can, okay, I see it. I can sense, discern, recognize on site, yo, ookie, right? And some people, it's just a hurt. Some people, it's just a need for some direction on their purpose. But other people are just ookie all the way through, right? Like coughing up
What
shit.
does Uki mean to you?
Okay. Story time, JP. when we used to hang out with this other family, and they had a younger son, and just to be honest, the wife was trash. She used to let the youngest baby walk around with all this snot all over his face. I mean, like, when you sneeze, when you got a cold or something, that is just running all down here before you can get the tissue, kind of just like, and you know how children are when they get it, so he would show up and he was filthy. So he was kind of like a cross between, no, well, he was, the little dude from the Peanuts. What's the name of that thing? Pigpen.
Snoopy.
No.
Snoopy?
He's like a Pigpen with a snotty face and ookie. That's where it came from. And people can be really ookie. They're just, some people are just full of snot and shit. And they cough it up all over other people. It's just like, excuse me.
Wow, you kill me.
What? I don't know. I ran a daycare for a long time. I had little people. There were years on top of years where I did not curse. And then it
Can
was
you hear
just like,
can you hear the music?
no.
Okay.
It's only playing in your headphones.
Yeah, I was just playing in the background.
Oh, I want to play the song again. It was so great.
Go on.
Yeah.
I love that dance she did, man. Christ. He was like, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I haven't played it. Wait, I'm gonna play the song that Round sent first, and then I'll play that one.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something about singing and dancing and acting ridiculous that. Why did you open up?
Love and understanding, the freedom in knowing the gravitational call to the stars, the refinement necessary to keep them from colliding.
That my voice,
The
y'all.
knowledge that our story isn't precautionary tales or careless.
Oh, good fucking work, man.
We're systems, their void put on display. We are the color born of a galaxy in dark, black excellence. Before that, before that.
That's all God's religion. T-Wise, T-W.
Oh, that's Ross.
That for my people. That for my people. That for my people. That for my people, yeah. That for my people. That for my people. That for my people.
Don't treat me like that.
That for my people, yeah. That for my people, yeah.
That's my boy.
That for my people, yeah. That for my people, yeah.
I'm a sucker for a beat drop, man.
Easy. Rowdy's crazy, man. Boom. Boom. Blah. Boom. Boom. Ah. Hey.
How you getting going to work for my friends? Tell that bitch I'm a king. My whole life is a miracle, nigga. Should probably in the bin. Think I'm on what you know. Now I'm shining, I'm ready to glow. 36 O's ready to go. Cool, I'm deaf on the road. Shit so sweet. Still I'm running for my people though.
Yeah,
my people.
Hey.
For my people. For my people, yeah. For my people. For my people. For my Gigi. For my people, yeah. For my people, yeah. For my Gigi, yeah. For my people, yeah.
Oh, that is a fantastic damn 2 minutes and some seconds. My bad.
Yeah.
3 minutes. I want to be a DJ.
You are a DJ.
When I was a little girl, my bad.
No, your whole format, like the last stream was totally that. Like what you
Huh?
was, I don't know. I don't even want this to go on live, but
Put it in the back chat. Then it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Saying, I want to be a DJ. Like when I was a little kid, I wanted
yeah,
to be a teacher. I've basically done that. Now I'm a spiritual DJ, but I want someone to teach me how to do like that. I want to be. I think I want to be like a skating rink DJ and have a food bar over there. That'd be
yeah.
what I do.
Nah, nah. You're totally doing what you want to do, and that's the whole point. It's really about that.
I really think this is the creative outlet from what I, my mission. As long as I keep doing this, though, I'm still in some ways doing that. But like I said before, I really want a nonprofit at some point. So if I can get, when I can get people to come together in this space, people will be able to see that it can be done. And then,
You've already got it. I mean, I don't. As I said, like I'll probably do like I'll be quite happy to do like a private straight after this. But I don't even want to go into that. But you're doing your thing, like, and it's needed. It's needed. It's really. No, I ain't shit. So at the end of the day, it's more about you know what we've talked about. Um, it's happening, and it
yeah.
will continue to go forth. Like no one's fucking with this. Like
I mean, this
it's
is
like, it's like let's get real. Like it's like
there's no way that it's not. I mean, like I said, I came back on Monday or whatever it was, a Wednesday, whatever it was, just popping up on other people's lives or whatever. Thursday, I'm chatting, and then my youngest son just pops up, the one who told me to do this in the first
exactly
place. And
right.
then Friday, here it is. All of those amazing things happen, and then
It's
Ralph drops the
such a
song at the end.
such a
Like,
crazy fucking life. Such a
yeah.
fucking crazy life.
So it's
And
just,
you know, it is what it is, and we're not in control. And the moment you understand and submit, and it's like, okay, cool, boom, there you go.
yeah. It's remembering to be thankful for it. I think that, the journey is slow so that you can remember to be thankful for the little things. I've never said thank you so much in such a heartfelt way before. So many things. People who watch these videos, even that live stream, like there's someone who's been watching one of the live streams about the Uki situation is going on out there, who watched it and then came back and commented, watched it, commented, went back, found the timestamp and commented again. That to me is like a cash app to the spirit. Damn. Really?
Look,
You
girl,
watched
look,
all of that?
girl,
It's
look.
it's like, why?
Look, what you're doing your thing on, like what when the pressure hits the iron is when you're doing it on a daily basis, right? So it's like you're hitting it, and it's like boom, 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 right? So then you see it, right?
Yeah.
And then the others start to look. Okay, it's a. I don't even want to start to say those names, like, but I ain't bringing those books in, right? I ain't doing that right now because I ain't ready for and fitting for that right now because like I gotta take care of my daughter. When I'm ready, I will. But we are people. We are collective. We are a collaborative species when we choose to be. If you want to be individualistic and go out there and do that all, I'm gonna do my own shit. Fine, it's not going to work out. We don't work like that. We work in groups, and we are a group. And for the people that are watching, that's your business. Okay, you want to do that? Just tune in. That's cool. You know, I will give a disclaimer and say, at the end of the day, my views are my views. JP's views are JP's views. Okay, But JP is one of the coolest women on earth. And in about 10 years' time, you're going to watch that shit and you're going to actually check that shit. And women are going to be checking in and going, oh, can I see what JP said? But I'm just fucking around.
That's very kind of you. But Mimsy, we were talking about the word suffering, and that's one of the things that I realized is that I had to have this mental shift, a perspective shift that came once I stopped adhering to the terms that others had given to my existence. Right? It really started in like 2000. Actually, wait. I'm gonna take a pause for the calls. I'll be right back. Let's see. Let's. I'm so proud. It's me at the beginning of the song. I'm like, do words on a fire. I'll be right back.
Power and understanding, the freedom in knowing the gravitational call to the stars, the refinement necessary to keep them from colliding, the knowledge that our story isn't precautionary or careless whispers. Your systems will be measured, their void put on display. We are the color born of a galaxy in darkness, black excellence, before that, before that, before that.
That's all God's religion. T-Wise, T-W. That for my people, that for my people, that for my people, that for my people, yeah. That for my people, that for my people, that for my Gigi, that for my people, yeah. That for my people, yeah. That for my Gigi, yeah. That for my people, yeah. That for my people, yeah. That for my Gigi, yeah. That for my Gigi, yeah. That for my people, yeah. I be sticking with the moves, yeah. Only thing I'm trying to prove, yeah. Getting the chatting was easy, yeah. Most of my niggas are crazy, yeah. Only fuck with the fam like I'm Meechie, yeah. There ain't nothing you can teach me, yeah. Try to copy the style like a leechy, yeah. You missing around, I'm a leader, yeah. All them old things that you run down, rub up on my genie, yeah. Follow the lady, yeah. Make it to the needy, yeah. If you ain't touching milk, I don't wanna hear about how you're getting it in. Don't wanna work for my friends. For that bitch, I'm a king. My whole life is a miracle, nigga. Should throw the tracks in the bin. Think I'm on what you own? No, now I'm shining, now I'm ready to glow. 36 O's ready to go. Just give me a call, I'm deaf on the road. The shot's so smooth, we don't even know. But still, I'm riding for my people, though. Ride for my people, that for my people. Ride for my people, that for my people, yeah. Ride for my people, that for my people. Ride for my Gigi, that for my people,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
That for my people, yeah.
I'd be so proud. Okay. Now, I'm talking about this suffering thing. When I came into this YouTube space, one of the reasons why I would be gone or I would pop up stream or my streams would be 2 hours long and then sometimes 6 hours long and then sometimes only an hour, is because I thought of what I was experiencing as pain. I continuously use the word pain rather than ache, um, tightness, tension, soreness. Um, when I was in these times, when cyclically people go through a state of mm, ickiness, where temporarily you just feel like the world is a little bit wonky and you need comfort foods in your life. But looking at words like depression, those things just didn't work for me. They were so dark, um, such a such disheartening terms. When someone tells you that you're going to have a chronic pain illness, it's like you're going to be you're going to be long suffering, um, with somebody just ran past here. You're going to be long suffering with the pains of this world. Because your long suffering comes from stress. That your long suffering comes from fear. That's anxiety, right? That your long suffering comes from some external source. When in reality, it's just a change in mindset. The same way that I don't ask anyone, how's your spirit? I ask people, I don't ask people, how are you doing? I ask, how's your spirit? I do my best not to say hello. I try to say peace. If I meet you with respect and I leave you in peace, then I've done my job. If I can do more in between that, when I can do more in between that, I do. When I'm not sure whether or not I can do more, I ask. It seems like people would rather people than I don't know what the term is. I don't know that there's a. I think of think of myself as a system, people, but that's not it. People would rather not see. It's easy to watch a bunch of avatars go at one another. It's easy to watch an avatar pick apart the spirit of the one person who's on the panel. But if you leave feeling like you're standing on top of someone, or like, thank God it's not me, what does that say about you? If you don't care what other people think about you, what do you care about? I don't know. I've supported people through some of the most terrible moments in their lives. And even in the worst of mine, they could still somehow make it my fault when they didn't show up. And I used to battle with the idea that I was expected to be this superhuman kind person. Um, but compassion is a superpower, not a weakness. And with that comes a great amount of understanding who you are, so that when people knock you around just because they don't understand you, um, you can push back. And if you're aware of what you're around or what's around you, um, you know when to walk away or when to distance yourself, but be aware, or when to walk into a space with grace um, and a sword. You know, people are always like, well, even if black people do come together, then what? What happened? Look what happened in Tulsa. Look what happened in such and such. One, look at the Gullah Geechee community. Two, one of the things that made all of those other communities work was veterans, right? Knowing how to use military equipment. And we know that now there are plenty of black men who fly planes. I mean, enough to be able to get them into communities. We can find one in every state, right? Why not just do that? We think too small. We care too little, and we act too much.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes. Um, Auntie JP is the one. I don't know. I mean, how much can you bring forth to this? There's the highs and the lows, right? So I remember sort of like watching like some of your streams and no one like was chiming in, and
Wait, I
like
can't hear you. You're a little garbled.
hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
I was saying like I remember like chiming into some of your streams and like there was like no one sort of viewing and stuff. And then there's other places where you did the same thing, and you know everyone was chiming in. It's like a really good vibe. I don't know. I just think that's just life. Like some days, like you wake up and people are doing whatever they're doing. So it the hard thing is just to just wake up and just be you.
This is true.
You know.
That's why
And
I understand dudes more than girls in that way.
and you have something unique to offer to the world. I personally find that precious. Um,
It's funny. I used to look like her. I mean, no offense to Miss Gabby. That's not what I'm saying. But like I said before, I look like a big purple sequin grape.
what is that? What the fuck does that mean?
What? There's a picture of me on my Instagram where I look like a big purple. I mean, well, somewhere, my Facebook something, where we went to a military ball and I had this purple sequin gown, and that thing it just looked, yeah, it looked great. It's kind of messy.
You need to understand that you're perfect in your own. You know, God brings us forth for a reason, and JP, you're perfect. Fuck that shit. Fuck that
Well,
shit.
well,
Fuck it.
thank you. I mean, the fella came up here when he was the video didn't work, but he questioned me about a host of things and talk smack to me and whatever. I'll fix the audio, but it's just a chance. I mean, you never know, and I wonder if I appreciate it because it was a chance for me to you know be surprised and deal with the situation and know that I could stand firm in who I am because I wasn't telling any lies and it wasn't gonna there's nothing but joy on my face at seeing him. So
Look, I was watching some adverts today, like on like some British TV shit, and there were some ugly niggas up there, and I was like, no, that's cool. That's the image they want to portray of us. Um, I know some people who are doing some real shit. So fuck that shit. Like, we gotta get over this shit. Like, I think like what you're doing is amazing. Like, and I think a lot of people agree with me. And we just gotta just keep pushing it, you know. It's just as simple as that.
For
It's
me,
not
it's just
complicated.
I have to focus because I be trying to do too many things and don't have enough time and don't have enough you know, random access memory in this laptop to get some of these things done. So I get frustrated and then I have to reorganize myself. But it's a learning experience, definitely, and it's been a fun journey, regardless of the things that I've seen or or the things that I have knowledge of. Um, Seeing people grow, watching men blush, I think it tickles my spirit. You know, seeing Sophia say, or, you know, come and go as her capacity allows, but she always shows up with love. Those are amazing things in a space where people aren't supposed to be able to connect. And you know, it looks similar in all those other spaces. I don't know that it is, but it looks similar in all those other spaces, and I hope that it is, because people just need to know that they um, are
I've
seen and
seen
accepted
it
somewhere.
some. Okay, well, um, we love you. We're here and there. Um, Catch you soon.
Yes, sir. Keep your spirit up.
Howdy.
All right, y'all. We're gonna play this song, and then we're going to get out of here so I can get my spirit up and finish making dinner. I'm gonna do a different song this time. Uh, maybe not. Maybe I changed my mind. I'm gonna do this one instead. I think y'all need to close out your Sunday night with a little praise, right? Y'all, please bear use. Hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. Hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our He is wonderful. All praises be to the King of Kings and the Lord our God. He is wonderful. All praises hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I miss you, cousin. I'm gonna say this on my way out of here. If you stayed this long, or if you watched this long, there are some things that you cannot unlive, unsee, unhear, unsense. When you can let go of them and find joy in getting a phone call, a sandwich made with love, knowing that you don't have to travel the world by yourself. Community looks different to everybody. Family looks different to everybody. The family you're born into isn't always the one that you stay with. That doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make them shitty people either. At the end of the day, it's just about getting your act right, finding your joy. So, turn on some music, find your theme song, unpack your black. And if you need me, I'll be in these YouTube streams, guaranteed to be somewhere at 420. Keep your spirit up, and I'll see you in the streams. Deuces.